Welcome back, Steelies. I am DanieSteel. Let's get right into it. Something very sneaky and sinister is taking place inside of one DC hotel. Several former guests of the Cambria Hotel in Washington, D.C., at its 69 Q Street location, have come forward with allegations of violent break-in attempts to their hotel rooms, seemingly for the purpose of human trafficking. The problem appears to be systematic, with several of the alleged victims recounting a suspicious lookout person, an attempt or actual break-in into their hotel room, and after reporting this to hotel staff, no accountability whatsoever. After many attempts, a representative from Choice Hotels issued this formal statement to Travel Noir. We are highly concerned about the incident at a franchise property in Washington, D.C. that we recently learned about, and we are in contact with hotel management to conduct a full review and investigation of that incident and of reports of other guests' experiences. We take the safety of guests seriously, and it is always top priority for us and for the owners of our independently owned and operated hotels. So that's all they have to say about all of this? Okay. This map shows the location of potential human trafficking cases that were reported from 2007 to 2012. As you can see, the Washington, D.C. area has a huge problem, and it's only gotten worse. Why is it that human sex trafficking cases don't seem to be taken seriously? The answer to that lies in the face of many of its victims. According to the FBI, 40% of victims of human sex trafficking are African American. That percentage increases significantly in the major metropolitan areas. In Los Angeles County, for example, the African American victimization rate reaches 92%. The hyper and over-sexualization of Black girls and Black women in the media, quite simply, does not help. The sad reality is, law enforcement is more likely to look at a Black sex trafficking victim as a prostitute and not someone in need of help. According to the FBI, 59% of all juvenile prostitution arrests involve African Americans. Understanding why Black girls and women are largely targeted in human sex trafficking requires a critical look into the men that are taking these women. Statistics show that African American men are overwhelmingly the individuals who kidnap and traffic the majority of America's sex trafficking victims. However, these traffickers are marketing and selling their victims to a largely white, affluent base. Because of these facts, prosecution of the offenders often boils down to credibility, the word of the politically protected white offender versus the vulnerable Black victim. These dynamics were made very clear in the 2006 conviction of Cyntoia Brown. A then 16-year-old Cyntoia Brown spent 15 years behind bars for murdering the man she was sold to. Her tormentor, Johnny Mitchell Allen, was 43 years old. As education of sex trafficking awareness was increased, celebrities and everyday people rallied behind Cyntoia, and she was finally freed from her prison sentence. But what about the other thousands of victims out there who won't be believed and won't be saved? We must bring awareness to this issue by continuing to educate ourselves and others on the dangers of human trafficking and what it looks like. If you see something, say something. Men need to be held accountable for the high supply and demand of human trafficking as we continue to push to make this a reality. Let us continue to practice hypervigilance of our surroundings. Do diligent research on every city and hotel you stay at, and keep your foot on the necks of individuals and businesses with shady practices. Portable locks like this can mean the difference between an intruder gaining access to you or not. The time of pleading, begging, and explaining is over. Our time is now. It's time to protect Black women and girls by any means. Thank you for watching.